This, I'm using my Robinwood deck, which I have had this deck for over 20 years, about 25 years. And I absolutely love this deck. I was seeing a psychic, and this is the deck she used, and this is the deck that I fell in love with. So in this video, I'm going to go through each card in the major arcana and tell you what the meanings are. I hope you find this useful. If you do, please click on the like and definitely subscribe. It's a brand new channel, so I'm trying to grow it as quickly as I can. So one by one, this is the Fool. As you can see, very lighthearted, about to fall off a cliff, not paying attention to where he's going. Got like a little faithful companion dog with him, or her. I think it's a guy, but it could go either way. So meaning when it's upright like this is thoughtlessness, folly, lightheartedness, innocence, young person just having a time of their life, butterflies all around them, playing their little flute. Purity of heart, not a care in the world, right? But also lack of discipline. It's one seeking fulfillment and experience. They're off on a little adventure. They got the backpack with them. So they're just off on a little adventure, having a great old time. And it's freedom. It's a lack of restraint. Now that is the reading. That's the meaning. Of course, every card is up for your own interpretation. But if it's in reversed, meaning if it is upside down, that could mean carelessness. The guy's about to fall off of a cliff. Vanity, indecision, apathy. I mean, just not having any concern at all for anyone else. Poor judgment. I mean, he's not paying attention. He's going to fall right off. A lack of control. Sometimes a lack of self-control. That is just a rough interpretation. Like I said, each card is up for your own interpretation, so take that as you will. Next card, the Magician. If you'll notice on this card, he's got the black and the white candles on either side, so the duality. He's got everything he needs for his magic in front of him, and that is also every suit in the cards. The pentagram, the cups, the sword, the wands. Everything that a Wiccan would use in their magic. Now in meaning, when it's upright like this, it means opportunities to use your talents. Originality, creativity, imagination, skill, diplomacy, self-reliance. And like I said, it's the merging of all four elements together. Now, if it were reversed, that's the opposite. So it's unskilled, clumsy. The person's very insecure, maybe disgrace, bad judgment, causing them to lose everything, because in their hand is the infinity symbol. So they're holding everything in their hand. Upside down, they're losing it. The third card, which is actually number 2, is the High Priestess. She's got the crystal ball in one hand, the book of knowledge in the other. She's in between a dark and a light tree. So she's of the balance of the two. New station alert has arrived. Moon behind her. So she's got all the wealth and knowledge. She represents practicality, good judgment, wisdom. But she's also mysterious. There's the cloudedness. Also, it could mean a clouded future. A woman of interest to the seeker, or it might represent the seeker herself. Now, if it was reversed, if it was upside down, it would mean passion, conceit possibly, a lack of sense, poor intuition, poor judgment, ignorance. Because right now she's got the book of knowledge. If it's upside down, she would not possess that knowledge. Number 3, the Empress. Notice it's a woman on a spinning wheel. She looks very pregnant. That is the sign of femininity. So, meaning upright, pregnancy, fertility, good advice, safety, security, also hidden actions. This is a competent woman. She's safe and secure. She's building a future for herself and her family. That's represented in the spinning wheel. Now, if you put that in reverse, that's a lack of satisfaction, unraveling of involved matters. Notice she's putting it together. If it was upside down, it would be unraveling. Uncertainty, infidelity, infertility. Number 4, the Emperor. Man sitting on his throne, got his scepter in hand. This meaning it's a father figure, secure, successful. This is a stable, authoritative, powerful leader. It's a person with qualities of reason and conviction. Now, if this were upside down, opposite: confusion, obstruction, immaturity, ineffectiveness, a weakened character, maybe even a megalomaniac. Now, the Hierophant, I'm never certain on how to. He looks like a priest in the middle of the breezeway there, in the middle of the 2 towers. The meaning is tradition, but also captivity, servitude, ritual. It could be inactivity. He's not looking like he's doing a lot of moving. Retention, maybe even timid. It's a desire to hold on to old thoughts and old ways, even if they're outdated. I think that pretty much describes most churches. It's a concern for form over function. So keep in mind, outdated. Now in reverse, it's a foolish exercise in generosity. It's eccentric, intrigue, kind of weakness too, in a way. In between the 2 boys. Interesting. Number 6 is the Lovers. Moon in one hand, sun in the other, under the tree of knowledge, I'm assuming that is. Just having a good old time with her junk out in the air. Now, this means love and respect. It's a partnership. There's trust and communication, perfection, honor, romance, beauty. It's a couple that's worked together to overcome obstacles and trials. Now, if it were upside down, that's failure. They're unreliable. It's a separation, a divorce, frustration in a marriage, instability, confusion, silence even. It's the inability or the disinclination to share your thoughts. It's secretive. Number 7, the Chariot. Now, if you notice this, the rider is being drawn by 2 different horses, the dark and the light. So again, a balance. It could be needing to make a decision, but definitely going forward. It's forward movement. It could represent work and travel, purpose, a trouble or problems falling behind you, triumph, because he looks like he's very, very happy. It's harmony, balance of the dark and the light. Controlling forces which might conflict but bring together to form it all working together as a whole. Travel, forward movement. Now in reverse, opposite: quarrels, trouble, defeat, failure. It is the collapse of hopes and dreams, unfavorable outcomes, especially in regards to legal proceedings. Now, 8, strength. The woman with that lion that could rip her apart, but is not. She's petting it like it was a house cat. Now, the meaning here is power, energy, strength, courage, conviction. It's the gift to soothe others' grief and to help solve their problems. See, she's in control right there. And she's brave, petting a lion. Now, in reverse, opposite: weakness, sickness, lack of faith, discord, abuse of power, fear of loneliness. Hermit. This is always a card I've always liked. So he's got the light to shine through the darkness, but he's alone. He's alone on top of this hill. This can mean meditation. It's your search for the truth with the light and the darkness. Good counsel, wisdom, prudence. It's a withdrawal from life. It's needed for him to find his center, to get right with himself. And in reverse, it's hastiness. It's unreasoning caution or fear, imprudence, emotional immaturity. It's withdrawing from one's problems with no constructive plans. See, here he's got the knowledge. He's trying to figure things out. The opposite would be him withdrawing and not trying to figure anything out. Wheel of Fortune. Again, you can see the difference. You put it upside down, the negativity is at the top. Right now, the positivity. So upright, it's change, destiny, fortune, good luck, end of troubles. It's moving ahead, for better, for worse, but it's definitely more of a positive. When you reverse it upside down, it is a reversal of fortunes, bad luck, failure, unexpected obstacles and interference, sorrow. Now 11, Justice. She's got 2 swords. She's got the darker and the light. One's held down, one's held up. The one held down has the balanced scales. So in this, it's fairness, balance, equality, rightness. It can represent legal matters or negotiations. Now in reverse, you don't have the justice. You have the bias, prejudice, bigotry, intolerance, maybe a bad judgment or legal outcome, cruel punishment even. Hanged Man. In this one, it's suspense. So life is interrupted. It can mean a change. It's sacrifice for wisdom. It is an inner search for truth. It's a upside down. He's changing his point of view. Just trying to figure things out by looking from within. Now upside down, it's a wasteful search. It's selfish, a lack of effort. You know, you're not going to reach your goal if you're not putting forth the effort. It's a useless gesture. Death is another card I love, and so many people misinterpret it. They look at it as actual death, but it really doesn't mean that. It really doesn't mean that. You see, he's got the beautiful flower behind him. So he's holding his scythe. Now, upright, it's an end to an era, but also a beginning. It can be a reminder of your own mortality, but it really means a big change, a discovery that changes your life into a new direction. And upside down, it's lethargic, inert, like just slow, ponderous change, depression even, resisting the inevitable. Temperance. You see he's juggling, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. This is economy. It could be a moderate lifestyle. Patience is what I think of right away. Obtaining security through frugal management of means. Meditation. All things in moderation, including moderation. Now upside down, it's competitive interests. Too much caution. It could be hostility. A person that's just impossible to work with. It could also be, just misunderstanding others. The Devil. See, it's a struggle. Both are pointing 2 different directions. Both are pulling. Both are chained up. This could mean greed, venomous desires, lust, bondage to an ideal, a bad or evil influence or advice, a choice upon which your fate depends. But it could also mean disillusion. You're not getting anywhere this way. Upside down, it's the end of that. It's a release from bondage. It's a rest. It's the life going into a new direction. Now, Tower, that might be the worst card you can get. Not good. You see people are flinging themselves out of the building. It's on fire. It's getting hit by lightning. The shore is beaten into it. No good is happening here. The meaning upright is sudden change, broken friendships, destruction. Security is lost, a disgrace. It is a catastrophic transformation. And upside down, still not good. Tyranny, it's continued oppression, a lack of change, just being stagnant. It could also mean money loss. So it's a ugh. Now here, star. Notice she's pouring water equally out onto the land and into the water. One foot's in the land, one knee's on the land, one foot's in the water. This can be hope and faith, a combination of it. A bleeding of the best of the past and the present. Bright prospects. See how bright that star is? Mastering the occult arts, if that's what you choose. It's an awareness of both worlds. Now, upside down, it's laziness and indifference. Unrealized hopes. It's arrogance, pride. It can be a delay. It could be a loss of hope and faith. Now, the moon. Here you got two dogs, a darker one and a lighter one. Got water going in between them, a little stream, looks like a little crawfish coming out. Now the moon can be a warning. It could represent deception, enemies who are out of sight because, you're under the darkness, the cover of darkness. Caution to stay on your path. Stay on the path. Darkness companions out of their element. Now in reverse, not as bad. It's a white lie, a trick, a tiny mistake. But it also can mean silence and stillness, unexpected gain with no cost extracted. But upright, just think, keep the path. Now sun, you get a big happy baby on a horse. Red flag. Upright, it's accomplishment, success, material happiness. It's a good marriage, joy, pleasure, liberation, freedom, even contentment. Just a happy baby. Now upside down, it's lesser joys. It could be like a separation from a loved one, delayed success or postponed security, an uncertain future. But it's not necessarily negative. It's just saying that it's just going to take a little bit longer, and maybe you don't know what's going to happen. Judgment, number 20. Got the phoenix coming out of the fire. This means change in position, rebirth because of the phoenix, rejuvenation, reward because you're in a little pot, could be a pot of gold, acquiring purpose, atonement. But it could also mean like you're paying the piper. You're accounting for your own actions, but with that you're having a rebirth. Now upside down, it's weakness. It's a loss of affections. Could mean separation, divorce, a bad judgment, confrontation, indecision. It's avoiding your obligations. And lastly, we have the world. Floating on air, beauty all around you. It's the world. It means completion. It's the end of a way of life. It's success. It could mean a new beginning. It could be a change of location, hope for the future, but it's triumph in the end. It's maybe you're getting the admiration from your friends, but it's a ton of possibilities. Upside down, not so much. It's disappointment. You're discouraged by small advance. Maybe there's some failure or an inability to finish what you started. Stagnation. So this is your major arcana. And I absolutely love the artwork. I mean, even, like I said, all the cards are up to your own interpretation, but the symbolism, the beautiful, the detail in the artwork, it gives you a lot to work with when you're doing a reading. And like I said, I've been using this deck for 25 years, maybe longer. And I got it, I was in my early 20s, so maybe closer to 30 years, and it's the ROBINWOOD. It comes with, a little instruction, which most tarot cards do, but it's really nice. I really like the descriptions, and it gives you different kinds of spreads that you can do and stuff like that. Very happy with it. If you're interested in this deck, I'm going to have it linked in the description below so you can get your own. And thank you so much again for watching. If you enjoyed this, please click on the like, and it would mean the world to me for you to hit subscribe, because I'm trying to grow this channel. It's brand new. It will mean the world to me. So thank you again for listening.